goodness, I'm professional today. I got my dress up shirt. I was outside working, so I gotta show up looking good. So that's why I'm wearing this today. But hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Off the Dome. My name's Darcy, and here we speak off the dome. And today's topic is about AI. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it in a couple ways. For ways I'm not excited for it. Obviously, this AI is going to polarize us because we're going to have two sides of, oh, I love AI. It helps me do so much. I can do everything so fast. Oh my God, robots. Oh my God, technology. If you're interested in technology, it's amazing. It's going to be an amazing thing for the future. It's going to be awesome. You're going to learn, see so many cool things. Already in China and South Asia, you see all the new technology going on over there. I never been there before, but hey, I would love to go see it. It looks like a video game. You type in any random city in China, it looks like a fucking like 2050, 23,000. I don't know, bro. And it's cool. I can't lie. I'm excited for some people to develop great apps, develop great games, develop great phones, cameras, because a lot of stuff is going to get done. We as humans strive to be perfect, but what's more perfect than AI? AI trying to be perfect is going to be a lot easier for them to be perfect than us humans. So it's going to be kind of crazy what we're going to see in the future. But I'm here to talk about why it's going to be so beneficial for everyone. Even, for everyone. Because AI is going to cause us to look at our life, look at our lifestyles. A lot of times we see ourselves as humans, right? And so with all this AI, all this technology, you're going to realize, oh, man, humans are going to be gone soon. Like, you're looking like, oh wow, okay, I got about 20 years left before they take my life, And the thing about this is going to be like a shift. So yes, AI is here to stay. Yes, technology is here to boom. But us humans, we're going to see this as a way to fight the resistance, fight the AI. So what's going to happen? You see a lot of people going back to the authentic lifestyle. A lot of people staying off of Instagram, staying off of social media. A lot of people not using all the new technology. This is a way to fight for humanity. A lot of people are using old technology. The flip phone. The iPod's coming back, which is kind of crazy. The wired headphones. People still use those. And these are small examples of people fighting the future, fighting resistance. And there's no problem with that, because we, as humans, we rule the world. And we have the right to rule the world. I mean, we're number one, we're the best. But I'm excited because we're going to be humans again. When we're fighting this resistance with technology, we're going to be fighting for ourselves, fighting for community, fighting for the people around us we care about. A lot of people are going to see AI-generated content, AI-generated music, AI-generated movies. And a lot of people aren't going to like that. I definitely don't want to see any of that. The essence of beauty is going to be so different in 20 years, because if I see something, I'm like, man, that's crazy. But if AI did it, I'm like, don't care about AI, bro. They did that. I bet they did do that. They're supposed to do that. It's like, that's why it's so beautiful, humans, because we fight, we struggle, we learn, we lose, we give up, and we still are able to create amazing things, so beautiful songs, movies, books. All this entertainment is truly astounding, and once we don't have that anymore, we're gonna look back and be like, man, that was awesome. Just like anyone. I'm sure. I guess my generation will be the generation of, man, I miss original music, man. I miss human made movies. You know, if that's my generation, well, that's my generation. Because the past generations are like, yeah, man, I miss Jay Z. I miss the Beatles. Yeah, man. Oh, have you seen It's a Wonderful Life? I'm like, bro, this movie was 50 years ago. And no one is talking about that lame ass movie. But they love it because that's what they grew up watching. That's what they grew up listening to, and that what makes them feel happy in their heart. Maybe their childhood feels happy with that, and that's okay. So if my generation is gonna be the generation that is like, oh man, I miss who made this, miss who made that. Fine, I'm fine with that because I'm happy about that. You know, it's a big change, and the reason I'm excited is because we're gonna be able to be human again. We're gonna want to be in communities. We're gonna want to connect. We're gonna want to be off our phones. We're gonna want to be in the moment, not always taking pictures. And this shift is gonna be beautiful because there's gonna be people on one side who, yes, they want the AI. Yes, they're gonna make the content. Yes, they're gonna be rich. And there's gonna be a huge community who still want the authentic life, and that's what we're seeing, and it's beautiful. You know, I crave the feeling of being with community. I crave the feeling of human connection, personal connection, human touch. You know, all these things are gonna be gone soon, and we have to fight to keep that alive. And that's why I encourage everyone to be creators. Create. Don't create because you're just gonna consume and get lost in that loop. So, um, it's just really mind-boggling because obviously yes it's good, but at the end of the day, we're gonna lose a lot of who we are. We're just gonna be programmed in a different timeline, a different wavelength, and I'm a little nervous. You know, I don't really trust all these humans, man. You know, some of them they be a little bit too crazy, bruh. But it's important to keep the authenticity in humans, and you know we're gonna be fighting all of that, and so that's why I'm excited because once we see how powerful it can become, we're gonna really stay true to our roots, and there's gonna be a community who's gonna want to fight for authenticity, who's gonna want to fight to be human again, who's gonna be fight to be anti-technology. And I'm excited for that because I love the idea of being authentic because that's what being human is about. That's why it's so beautiful. Each one is so different. You know, if robots are all the same, it's just like where is the beauty? You know, that's why beauty is all. It's so many things. It's so nuanced. It's like beauty. You know, what is beauty? You know, if there's only robots, what is beauty? Because y'all gonna look the same, think the same, act the same. So what really is beauty? Because they're gonna just manipulate us. But you can't. I mean, honestly, humans manipulate people now. That's true, but you know that's not always the intention. You know, I'm a manipulator. Sometimes, it just happens. You know, it just happens because we're human. We make mistakes, but once you're able to learn from those mistakes, you'll be better. It just is a beautiful thing to really see how it's going to pan out in the future. I feel like with our society, we're gonna really go back to finding how life was before technology. And the important part about this is just keeping humanity alive, keeping creativity alive, creating our purpose alive. Because if humans are doing everything, what's gonna be our purpose? And so, yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say is reverse engineering. Reverse engineering. You engineer a world for technology, but in reality, it's going to switch. People are going to decline this type of lifestyle. One, because it's different. Two, because they like their life. You know, people don't like change. Remember that. People don't like change, and this is a big change. So it's important to not change in this time. Understand what we have to do with society, and And yeah, that's all I'll say. That's all I have to say today, really. We need to be more authentic. We need to love ourselves. We need to be more in human contact. We need to be more social. We need to be more evolved in those terms. So if you haven't already, please start. Please be authentic. Please be human. Please love yourself. Because pretty soon it's going to change. And I want you to remember who you are. I want you to remember who you inspired, who you love, people who love you. Because that's what's most important as us, as we're humans: connection, community, love.